Hello and welcome back to Untitled Gaming. And today we're doing something that I am very excited about because we are going to Mars. Hopefully. At least we are gonna start building on something that's going to Mars. But I think now that we have unlocked a whole bunch of things in the tech tree. Especially important, we have the high performance fuel systems and the very heavy rocketry, which gives us not only the Vector but the Mastodon. There we have it, the Mastodon, which is one of my favorites. And of course, like I said, we have the bigger fuel tanks, and we also have the other fuel tanks from some mods, which are also great to have. And the plan is that I'm gonna build something. I'm gonna build like a station, put that up in orbit with all the different parts that I feel like I need on that station, and then we're gonna send that off to Mars with a huge fuel part that is gonna be at the bottom. And I'm thinking that I want to build this like from up down, like I usually do. So I'm gonna start out with building the module that is gonna be able to get back to Earth. So I'm gonna have to build something that has a lot of delta V, and that can hold, I'm thinking, at least 3 crew, maybe even more. I think I'm gonna start with this. And yeah, like I just said, maybe we should be able to have more than just 3 crew with us home. I'm thinking of putting something on top of this then, like something like this one, because I think this can take 2, so then I could take 5 of them home. Because I'm gonna want to take some home, but I'm also gonna leave a bunch there. Or not a bunch, but a couple of them are gonna be left there. We're also gonna need a landing vehicle that can all both land and take off again. We're also gonna need a science lab. We're gonna need some habitational modules. There's a lot of things that we need. But yes, let's begin with this. Let's see. I want to have some sort of nose cone thingy on this to begin with. So let's put that on. Let's have a battery in there, just so we know that we have enough battery power for the whole duration of our travels home back to Earth. And I'm putting that nose cone on there because yes, we are probably gonna want to take some data home with us, and don't know if I'll need a docking port up here, but I feel like I should put one up here just in case. So yeah, let's put one there. I'm also gonna try my best to keep it as small as possible. I know it's not an easy task, and it's probably not gonna work out totally the way I want it to. Probably gonna have way more things on here than I plan to have, and it's probably gonna be way heavier than I initially planned for. But still, I'm still gonna try and make it at least kind of light and small. As small as I can without having to compromise a whole bit. There's a lot of parts that I just need to have, basically. Hey, Daddy Palpatine. I'm doing good. I'm having a good Sunday. Oh, almost forgot that it was Sunday today. Because I don't work like normal people, so I don't have work to go to tomorrow. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I've been excited about this idea as well. Let's name this as well. Oh, I was about to write Juna, but no. It's not Juna. It's Mars we're going to. It's actually Mars. Mars return capsule. I don't know if that's how you spell capsule. I think it's not how you spell it. These are just called modules or pod. Let's name it return pod instead then, because I know how to spell that. Good. And how are you, by the way, Daddy Palpatine? How are you doing today? And now comes the fuel. No, not that one. I was thinking that maybe we should put... Oh, not that one. That one is too big. Is it these I'm thinking of? I think it's these ones. Yeah. One of these fuel tanks. Just with a whole bunch of liquid fuel in it. And then we'll have a nerve engine wherever that is. There. Let's see. That has 5,394 meters per second of delta V. Feels like that should be enough. It should be enough to get us where we need to go, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, you have school tomorrow. That sucks. Or maybe not. I actually liked school. At least the last years. And when I went back to school, that was fun as well. But we have... I don't know if you have them in Denmark. Folkhögskola. I went to that. And that was fucking amazing. Oh yeah, you do have those. But they're more like... I don't remember what you call it, but they're more like schools that you like live at the school. You know what? I just realized something, that maybe we should have 2 engines on this to give it a little bit better thrust to weight. We don't have any problems really with the amount of fuel. And then we can probably put some nose cones on there. Not those though. I think we have some other ones. Where are those that I was thinking of? These ones? Yeah, those ones. And we'll just change it to just be liquid fuel in those. Cool. Maybe change the color so they're a bit darker. You know what? I think I'm gonna put a tank inside here as well. Just to get a little bit extra. So yeah, now we're almost back to what we had before. I'm gonna try and not kill the minions. Although they are called Kerbals. But that's not important. I'm just thinking if there's anything else we need on this. I don't think so, since we're gonna have some Kerbals on here. Probably, yeah, we're probably gonna have at least one pilot. So I don't think we need an antenna or anything. And we're not gonna transmit anything. We're not gonna make any science or do any science experiments with this, so we don't need any of those things. So yeah, I think we're done. Now I'm just gonna build some sort of arm down here. Something like that. And that is like exactly the same length, which was not what I wanted to have. Because I was thinking that we could just put a docking port here. That might mess up with the engines and stuff. Maybe I can just drag the engines outwards a little bit. That is probably fine. Yeah, let's do that. And this doesn't have to dock to anything either. This is gonna be docked to other things are gonna dock to this. So I don't think we need any docking ports or anything like that here either. Maybe I could make this look a little bit better. I shouldn't, but I want to have something like that. And why I shouldn't is because it's gonna be extra weight. But I really think that looks just a bit better. Oh, we have different variants of the docking ports. Ooh, didn't know that. Let's try these white ones. Just as I just have to remember to keep them on there as well, or to make all the rest of them that way. But yes, this is gonna be the first module. We could actually send up the crew in this. I'm gonna go and get some new crew as well, because we'll probably need that. We could send Jeb, Bill, and Bob. Actually, we could do that, because I'm gonna send them back. And of course, the original 4 are Kerbals that I really want to have back as well. I don't want to have them stranded somewhere. So yeah, let's go with that, because then I will have more of an incentive to actually bring them back as well. Let's do like that. Let's disable crossfed on that docking port as well, just to make sure that we don't drain any fuel from this ever. Because that has been a problem for me many times. Oh, so many times. Let's have a reaction wheel here and a small battery, and then we will build the last stage that will put this in orbit. And then of course we're gonna rebuild it a little bit, or we're gonna expand it. So I just want something down here that can take this thing into orbit, but also that can deorbit itself. And yes, or no, let's actually take this fairing. Let's go with a bigger upper stage here. Let's just cover this whole thing in, why not? Auto strut that. No, we don't need any decouplers here. And now let's see. I'm still having a little bit of trouble finding the correct parts all the time. How is the staging on this? Okay, the staging is fine. It's just messing up the my Kerbal engineer up here. Let's see. The Rhino down here. We have 3,200 and a pretty good thrust to weight. So I think I'll go with that actually. And then we'll put a big ass rocket down here. Let's take the biggest one. Why not? Let's see, we do have pretty much in that stage, so I only need like 6,000 in this stage, something like that. So I think maybe I could go having this engine bell thingy. Then of course we're gonna put in the Mastodon engines. Actually gonna do something. I'm gonna click these through to the variant of this engine that I most likely will use all the time. Okay, and this does have enough thrust to push us off. That has about 3,000. Okay, and then we're gonna make some asparagus staging. Let's maybe take these, yes. Let's use some of the mod parts. So I'm not the best at using the mod parts. I just get a whole bunch of mods and then like eventually I start using them when I see it fit. So I'm gonna try and use the mod parts a little bit more. I think I'm gonna use the mastodons on these as well. Oh, you know what? We're actually gonna make... first of all, I'm gonna take away that. Just gonna make one to begin with. So you can more easily put... Could have 4, but I think I'm gonna go with 3 engines on these. Looks a bit wonky, but it looks better than 4, I think. I think 4 looks like a little bit too much. And we're gonna have 2 of those. On like that. Let's drag them down again. There we go. And now let's plunk all of those together. The engines. And the thrust weight is 1.8, so we have real good thrust on this. I'll put some fuel lines in there as well. So I think we can extend it. Maybe that much. We need that. I think if we extend it that much, then we're not gonna have any use for any like stage after that. I think I'll just go with this, and then I need to top this off. I am so confused with all the parts. I think these are right. Yeah, these are the right ones. And then we're gonna put on these and the separation booster thingies. Thingies is the actual medical term for those. Yes, it's a medical term, I promise. I know this. I am almost engineer. I have played Kerbal Space Program for a very long time. So I'm basically an engineer, space engineer, that is. And now we need to divide these up. Those 2 go in here, and I guess these 2 go in here. Is that correct? That are those and those, yes. And now just for some extra fuel lines between these and these. That gives us 9,283. I think that's enough to take us into orbit. I usually go for about at least over 9,000. Usually like 10. But I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think it'll work. It'll work. And this time I'm actually gonna take this down a bit. The opening of the fairing, because I always have to open the fairing way earlier than I initially think. Oh, you gotta go. Okay. Have a good one, Daddy Palpatine. Always nice talking a bit to you. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to do but to launch. And since we're gonna send this off to Mars, I'm gonna aim for the moon orbit thing. So launching the next parts is gonna be a little bit harder than it has previously been when I've built space stations. Because previously I have always just set them in... are we gonna run out of electricity? Yeah, we are. We're gonna have to use the cheat menu for that, but that is fine. Or no, we can actually launch this thing anyways, because we have pilots on board. Cool. Launch. Yeah, let's begin the launch first. But like I said, normally when I have built stations or normally. Previously, when I've built stations, I've built them all around the equatorial axis, just to make it easier to launch up new things and expand on it. But now I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna send it to Mars, so I'm gonna have to have it in this tilted orbit that matches the moon. So that's gonna be interesting, if anything else, or if nothing else. It's gonna be interesting. And it's gonna be a little bit harder to dock things, but I don't think it's gonna be that big of a problem. Since the launch time, like the time of day where I need to launch, or where my orbital alignment pretty much has to be, I feel like I've figured that out pretty good. So I feel like this is, it's not gonna be too big of a problem. I'm gonna work it out. The first booster separation has already been done. I always think it's fun when you fly rockets that has asparagus staging, because it's just something special with having those first two boosters jump off that early. It feels like stuff is happening more frequently than when I'm flying rockets with just like one giant first stage. It takes forever for anything to happen, basically. 0.8 off on our angle. 0.9. Okay, so it's getting worse. That's not good. 1 degree. Okay, let's see. I think I need to be going a little bit more this way. Yeah. Now that's gonna even out again. Good. So let's keep aiming something like this. And do as always and just hope for the best. Haven't gained that much altitude yet, but we are gaining quite a lot of speed. And I think it's fine, because we are kind of out of the atmosphere still, so I don't think the atmosphere is gonna be that much of a problem. Let's go out and check our angle again. Oh, and now the angle is off. Need to go the other way now. Should have been more careful about that. 1 degree off, I feel like that's okay. Because Mars isn't exactly on the same plane as the moon anyways. We can always fix that once we're in orbit stuff, so I think it's pretty fine. Oh, but we are losing time to aquabs very fast. That is not good. Would like that to start increasing without me pulling up anymore. So I don't want to pull up anymore. I think we're doing pretty good though when it comes to the amount of delta V we have left. So I think it's fine to waste a little bit just trying to fight the gravity. Because I think that's gonna be a problem mostly for this stage. Then it's probably not gonna be as much of a problem for the next stage. The next stage is gonna have a little bit less delta V to begin with, but that's gonna rise quite frequent or quite fast. It's okay, yeah, it's 1.8, so it's very good actually. We're also gonna be moving quite fast once we get to the next stage. So I definitely think we are gonna be fine. Okay, closing up on 4,000 meters per second now. And our apoapsis is still not outside the atmosphere. I'm a bit torn if this is good or not. Let's open up the fairings and start the next engine. Because I don't think we need the fairings now, so... And it seems to be pretty stable. Damn, this engine was a lot more quiet. Not at all as loud as those previous ones. Okay, I think we're gonna start pointing down now a little bit. And I think it's okay if we lose a little bit of time to apoapse now. Because as we all know, you want to be close to the apoapses when burning. And I think like even when you're launching, it's good to not be too far away. As long as we keep on increasing our height and get above 140 kilometers, we're outside the atmosphere totally, I'm fine. Okay, we have 2,000 meters per second left, so we definitely have enough fuel at least. Or delta V. I don't know why, but it feels like since I've started playing RSS, whenever I try and point at my prograde marker, when I'm like trying to launch like this, it just keeps on wiggling like this, like it does right now. And I have never had that problem before. Feels like that's a new thing. Okay, I'm gonna wait until we hit 200. Yes. Oh, that was a perfect cutoff. And now we can just time warp up to our apoapses. Oh, and we were still inside the atmosphere there. Cool. Let's just get to that apoapsis and do the last bit of the burn. This was closer than I thought it would be. But then again, it's fine. We only need enough to put it into orbit, and then we only need enough to put it out of orbit again. And I think we only need like 100 meters per second for that now, so. Let's get even closer to that apoapse. Just slowly burn. Apoapsis is running away from us. Couldn't really drag down the thrust anymore. We're already on like the lowest. But yes, there we are, circularized and in orbit. Perfect. Decouple node, and now you are in space, my fellas. Let's put on the lights so you can see. Let's get back to this thing. Point you retrograde. Let's give it a little bit of a boost there so we can move away from the main craft. Then just boost you back a bit. Just do it slowly to begin with, and then we can throttle up once we get a bit of distance. Let's just burn out this engine. Damn, our thrust to weight. I don't know if you saw that, it was like 11.7 or something. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. Okay, so now this thing is definitely... Oh, we can change back to the other. But yeah, that's gonna crash somewhere off the coast of Africa. Perfect, we're hitting water. That's also good. Means nobody on the ground is gonna be hurt from it. Hopefully, if there's not some fishermen out there on the boats. Hope not. I don't think there are, at least not in this universe. Okay, so let's build the next part. And I think the next part, I'm gonna do something different, because normally I just basically build a whole new rocket and everything. I'm gonna change the root part of this to be this one, and then we're just gonna take away this instead and build something new up here from this docking port, because we know we're gonna want to have a docking port down here. Or maybe though we are gonna need or want a bigger docking port, because we do have the bigger one, right? I thought we did. Maybe we don't. Those are stacked decouplers. Okay, so we don't. I thought we had that bigger one. So we are gonna have to go with these ones. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna be using the same rocket basically to try and minimize the time of having to build a new rocket every time. Well, let's see this next stage. What should this be? I'm thinking probably, yeah, let's go with building some sort of science lab station part thing. And I'm thinking I want to have this station part that I've had this one before. This is the like original one, the normal one that is in KSP. This is a modded one, but I like this modded one a bit more because it takes more data for some reason. You can put more data into it, which I like. But I'm gonna start this off with having some sort of control, and don't think we're gonna need reaction wheels on this, so let's skip that. Let's have some battery power. Yeah, let's just go with one. Let's check out these others though, because there are other deep space laboratory. This would be cool to have on, but it's very heavy and very big. And I don't know how many Kerbals can you fit in this. There's 3 spaces in all of these, and I think all of them are different types of laboratories basically. It would be cool to have like all of these 3 different ones that all kind of look the same, but this one doesn't though. I think this can still do science and stuff, but I don't know. It feels like it might be a little bit too much. Oculus remote telescope. Oh, maybe that would be cool. Can I deploy it? Open door. Oh, I can open it like that. I think we're gonna bring that on. Maybe not on this, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the smaller one. Just because it's easier. It's gonna weigh less, it's gonna take up less space. So I think we can go with that, and maybe we can hook this up to some sort of habitational module as well and have those connected. No, that's the wrong size. Spectra has 2 places, and these feel like these kind of match. It has some monopropellant and electricity, which is good to have. I think maybe I want to have it on like that though. How many spaces did it have? I think it had 2. Crew capacity 2, yeah. We're not gonna bring that many Kerbals, so I think 2 is enough. Then maybe we can have something like that on. Which are these different ones? I'm new to many of these parts, so it's still interesting to kind of look at these different ones. Oh, definitely want a ring, but I think I'm gonna have to send up the ring on its own, because that's heavy. That's 8 tons for just a ring. The lab, I don't know, how much does the lab weigh? 2.5, yeah. So the lab is a lot lighter. But I think that will be pretty much it for this part. Now we're just gonna slap on some monopropellant boosters, preferably in the middle, which is kind of there, I think. Because both of these have... No, not this one, but this one has 250 monopropellant, so I don't need to put any monopropellant in there on my own, which is kind of nice. And maybe instead of having to send up something like another module with solar panels and stuff, maybe I should just put the solar panels on this. Because I could probably, let's see, where's the doors? There is the doors. Because I kind of don't want my solar panels to cover any of the windows or the doors. Maybe I can put them on here. I can have like one pair down here and one pair up here. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Maybe I should put them a little bit lower down so they are connected there. Let's put them a little bit lower. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's have these ones a little bit lower so they are there. Yeah, okay. I think that'll be good. Let's put them up to an action group as well. Let's put them to only extend, because I think once I extend them, I'm not going to want to retract them. Oh, I do have RTGs as well. Might be pretty nice to have. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take off that. And then we're going to grab the lander can, which is actually bigger than those parts, I just realized. But then we can open the doors and then we can put some RTGs inside there so they don't have to be visible somewhere. And then we can just have 2 RTGs inside here. Like that. Perfect. Close doors. Yes. Oh, and I should probably twist this so the doors are all on one side. I'm not gonna put ladders and stuff between them though, because I'm whenever I go outside, I'm definitely gonna just fly around. I'm not gonna do any other stuff. And let's put a bunch of battery power on this as well. And I think I'll be good with just one of those, because I'm gonna put batteries on basically every part. This has a little bit of battery. This has 300, not bad. This has 100 as well, and this has 4,000. And then we have this other one with 1,000 down here. So I think we're good basically when it comes to power. Up here, I think I want to have not that one, not that one either, not that one either, but I want to have some sort of adapter that's gonna make it look a little bit better. Okay, that one. Yes, this looks good. Does this have any crew capacity? No, it doesn't. Okay. And then we will just slap on that on there. Maybe actually, yeah. Let's take a reaction wheel and put that in there as well. And I think we are ready to fly. I'm gonna need 2 scientists in the lab. So yeah, let's just send them into the lab. I think this will be the last crew that I'll send up. Probably. I'm gonna need some engineers as well. I just realized that. I'm gonna need... because I have Bill or Bob. I don't remember which is which. I always mix them up. But I know one of them is a scientist. And one of them is an engineer. And I need 2 engineers if I want to open up that the ring that I'm gonna want to send up after this. And this has 10,466 meters per second, so we should be good to get into space with this thing. So I don't think I need to like rebuild it at all. We can probably just... No, I'm gonna save this in another name. Fuck, now I might have fucked that save up. Probably not gonna use it anyway, so... Mars... Mars Mission Science Lab. Save that. And a launch. Now I wonder if it's gonna work the same once I get to the correct position to launch, which I kinda am at right now. So I'm not gonna... Yeah, I'm actually perfect, almost. If I was just a little bit earlier, then it would have been totally perfect. So I don't need to... Yeah, let's set that as orbit, or as target, and then just launch then. But yeah, I'm not gonna wait around for it to be in the perfect position. Oh, all of these are black. Maybe because it's dark inside that fairing. I don't know. Maybe it's just a bug because it's like new parts. Or modded parts. So that might be why. Anyhow, what I was talking about before was if I were to time warp a bunch. Like the last time I launched, I time warped, I ran out of electricity, thought I would have to open the sheet menu. But I was thinking, now I don't have a pilot, but I do have crew on board. Maybe they can still fly it anyways. Now I don't know. Now we didn't have to experience that. And I also just realized that we do have RTG zones, so those batteries would have been fine. Oh, you know what I forgot? You know what I forgot? All the science equipment. We don't have a single science experiment on this. Of course, we need to be able to do some experiments. So let's delete that fairing again. And I guess let's plop that whole thing off. And let's place that down there and place all the... Yeah, let's place all the things on here. Still don't have an antenna either. I will most definitely need that. That would probably look good on here, so... No, let's take this one. Place this one on here. See how that looks extended. That looks cool. Just gonna place it a little bit higher up. And I think we are good. And now for the science experiments again. Let's not forget to strut. This one we need as well, yes. I think that's all we need for this part. Yes, because we're not gonna land this anywhere, so we don't need... And we're not gonna go inside the atmosphere, I don't think. So we don't need the atmospheric one, we don't need the seismic accelerometer. Yeah, so I think we're good there. Okay, now we have all the parts we need. And I just thought maybe we should put some more docking ports on here as well. So maybe we want to dock something somewhere else than just down there or up there where we usually dock things. Oh, and I can't put that there because of the antenna. Let's move the antenna down here, because now we have more space downwards. Only gonna need one though. Let's put that one there. Then we can have the docking ports. Maybe we should just have docking ports up here. But I want to have two. Yes. Those are not going to be in the way of anything, are they? No. Okay. Auto strut those. Let's check the antenna. That's strutted. Yes. Okay, now I think we're good to go. Build fairing again. Once again, just encapsulating all of that. Okay, we have antenna. We have all the science experiments. We have the lab. We have somewhere for them to live. I think that's it for this part. And we have the solar panels as well. And RTGs. So yeah, now I think we have everything we need. And now we also know that we can just start the launch immediately. Still gonna go out and see if I can put this as target. No, not probe. I don't want to put my target on the probe. Okay, I'm just gonna launch. We'll put that as our target later on. No, wait a second. Where's my crew? My crew is gone. Let's go back once more. My crew disappeared. That was not good. Okay, we need scientist, and engineer. You can be in the MJ2 lander. Okay, now save and launch. Oh. They probably jumped out when I took away that whole part of the station where they were inside. Normally they stay inside as long as they are still like a part of the rocket. But when they become that light green, and they're no longer a part. Okay, now I can see their heads. I couldn't see that before. Before it was just black. Now I can see their heads with a black background. Another wonderful launch. What a day and age. We are definitely pointing the wrong way. Started pointing north, and we don't want that. It might be because the weight isn't exactly 100% right. Oh, I really want to stage now. There we go, because I need to flip. This is not flipping fast enough. Oh, well, I think it's not flipping fast enough. I'm not totally sure about the launch trajectory that I should have in RSS. I'm still kind of figuring that out as I'm going along, but I think I have a pretty good idea of how my launch trajectory should be, kind of. think I'm gonna stop it from flipping over anymore around here so we can get a little bit more altitude this time. And time for stage separation. Oh, that's beautiful. I especially think it looks really cool when you're in kind of a high altitude and you decouple boosters like that. Because then they like fall out like that slowly. Where you further down and there's more atmosphere for them to grab onto, they start like flipping real fast, and that just scares me. Now it's more soothing. No, I don't want to aim at the probe. There. Haha. Now I could put the correct thing as my target. Before it wanted me to just put the Mars Return Pod probe as my target, and that is of course the part that is going back down to get destroyed. So I didn't want that. Did not want that. Not one bit. I think I need to be going a little bit more south, huh? Yeah. Let's burn like this for a little bit. Hopefully I won't overdo it. I'm gonna wait until we are at 100 kilometers to open up the fairing. I think I could probably open it up already, but I still want to wait a little bit just to be sure. There's a lot of sensitive materials in there and experiments and stuff. Okay, I think we can't do that much more now. So whenever the descending and ascending node starts to move, when I'm trying to fix it in a launch, that's when I know it's time to wrap it up. Just focus on gaining speed. Okay, we're over 100. Let's open that up. Can turn on the lights. And time for our last stage. Which, damn, now has 4,000 meters per second of delta V, which is a bit more than it had last time. Last time it was like 3,000 something, right? So we almost have, I think we have like 900 meters per second extra this time, which is very good. It's very good. We are losing time to apoapse, but the apoapse is far enough ahead that I'm not worried about it right now. It seems to have stabilized. Yeah, okay, now we're gaining time to apoapse again. So we can just keep on pointing prograde and gaining all that wonderful speed. Speed is key. Y'all know that. We're gonna be a little bit off and we're gonna have to catch up to it. So I'm gonna put myself in a lower orbit. Because I wanna dock it before I send up the next thing. I could probably just leave this in a lower orbit and then try and like do two things at once. Trying to orbit more than one thing at a time. And dock them all at once or something like that. But nah, that's a little bit too much work. Let's get it to 160. Now we are outside the atmosphere. And also I'm gonna wait to deploy or extend the solar panels and the antenna and stuff until I'm docked to the station. Maybe even after that. Maybe I'll wait a little bit more until we are until we've docked the next part as well, the rings. So we don't have to worry about crashing into the solar panels or anything. Still waiting for us to get up to apoapsis. Just burning a little bit now to have something to do in the meantime. Okay, I think we can throttle up now. Keep us at a third. Seems to be stable. It's getting away from us. Now we can throttle down again. Just try and keep myself at that sweet spot. And now we can actually let it go away from us, because I want to have the other side of this around 200. Here we are at the descending node. We can fix our orbit a little bit. This thing actually moves around quite good for being so big. I only have one reaction wheel, right? No, we have one down here as well, of course. Still, it moves around pretty good. Let's see if we can get that to 0.0. Could. And I think that's as good as we gon' get. We can just make a couple of orbits and see how these hopefully get closer to each other. Doesn't seem to make that much of a difference. Doesn't seem to make a difference at all. It should though. Let's see. Earth approach? No, I want to see my closest approach. Separation 6,999. We have passed both of those. 6,838. So okay, this is gonna take a lot of orbits. So let's speed through this a little bit. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there. Gonna have to speed through most of this. Just slow down every now and then to make sure we're not overdoing it. Okay, now we're getting pretty close. Just 2 or 3 more orbits, I think. And I'm probably just gonna set us to target and then point retrograde towards our target. Okay, so I think after this one we're gonna be pretty close. Yeah, okay, that's 6.2. That's not too far off. That's pretty close. Our separation speed is not that much either. And where is our target? Okay. I have to move us up here. Kind of point a little bit at the target. Let's try and fix this. Getting closer, getting there, getting there. 100 meters away. That's good enough for now. Now we can just coast into it and park and all that stuff. All that good stuff. Now we're even closer. Now we're under 100 meters. So I'm gonna leave it there. Press that F4 so we can see our exact distance. Still moving pretty slowly. I'm just gonna time warp us up here. Be careful. Maybe I should make a quick save as well. Okay, I get to start slowing us down a little bit. Damn, we still have 1,000 meters per second left. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Five meters per second. Okay, so the docking port is on the other side here, so I think we're gonna pass it and then stop ourselves when we have passed it and are over here. Because I am thinking that we're gonna dock this part up here. Mainly because it feels easiest doing it that way. Doesn't really matter. We can use the monopropellant to kill off that last little bit of speed. Okay. And now it's time to decouple that node. This thing can point retrograde towards orbit. Hopefully we're not gonna smash into anything. I think we might though. I'm actually gonna wait with that. Control from here. Set as target. And we're gonna open up our good old buddy, the docking alignment indicator. Put ourselves in the right orientation first. Not that this is something that's necessary to do. You can do dockings a lot faster and more easily than this, but I like to do it like this. Rotate us to about 0 degrees, which is the most difficult thing about docking anything. Trying to get the angle right, or the rotational angle right. That is always bugging me. I think, yeah, I actually think the best thing about the waterfalls mod, for those who don't know, the waterfall mod makes the plumes of the engines look better, and they run off an engine that is made to make like waterfalls look good. I think that's the thing, at least. And yeah, like I said, they fix so everything just looks good. The engine plumes, that is. But the thing that I think the engine that looks the best from them are definitely the monopropellant engines. Can't really show you now because I'm docking and I'm pretty good aligned. You can probably see it. Once I've docked, I can burst them a little bit just to show you that it looks so good. It just looks so beautiful. And we are docked. Take that off and I can just show you if you look at these now. On those boosts like that. It just looks so cool. I don't know what it is. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, now we can send this off on its ultimate journey to crash into Earth, burn up and die. Just gonna send that off like that. And this time I'm actually gonna just time warp a bit. So we are around, and just so that has already crashed, so I don't have the problem again of having to wait until that crashes, or wait to set the station as my target because the probe is in the way. So that was boring. Not boring, irritating. Okay. Ring structure. So I want to have a ring on this. And I think in this launch, the ring is probably the only thing that we're gonna put on here. So let's take this whole thing off. Almost. Yeah, let's take all of this off. Let's keep the battery and the probe there. They might as well be on there. And let's rename this. Mars Mission Ring. Or maybe just Art Gravity Ring. So Artificial Gravity Ring. Delete that fairing. And let's see, we only have one ring right now. I think this is the smallest one. And I mean, yeah, this is the smallest one. And it's pretty big. I'm gonna deflate it. And yeah, that's also a pretty cool thing. That you can inflate and deflate it. Start and stop rotation. I wonder if it only stops like... Because I have stopped the rotation now. So I wonder, maybe I have to wait for it to go all the way around. I wonder what these are. Select upper mount or lower mount. Select surface. I'm gonna wait for it to turn around. I think this needs to be over here. I think we're almost done. It's gonna stop. Yeah, there it stopped. Select upper mount. Oh, I can just change what's on there. White? What happened there? Oh, I think it's the ring up here that changes. Oh, I can select the surface of the whole thing. That can be either white or metal. I think this looked pretty good. I don't know, I kind of like the white one when you have a bigger difference between the colors, so it's more clear. Anyhow, let's deflate it, because we want to have it deflated once we launch. And up here we are gonna put, if we can find that thing, was it this? No? It was this one. Yeah. Gonna put this thing on here, so we have, I'm gonna put that at the bottom as well, actually. So it doesn't stick out as much. There we go. And like I said before, we do need two engineers to move this thing, or to inflate it once we have once we've gotten it up into orbit. So that's why I needed those engineers up there. Oh, and I have totally forgotten to put this in the white color. Let's put these on the white color at least, because I think that looks pretty sleek, pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Of course, we're gonna need some monopropellant thrusters, although I don't really have a good place for them to be. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place 2 down here. Then I'm gonna place 2. What the fuck are you doing there? Oh, that's probably from the last launch. Anyhow, I'm gonna place 2 like that down there, and then 2 like that up there, so we have ability to move in all directions, but not from the same part, if you get what I mean. Definitely gonna need a reaction wheel on this to stabilize the whole thing, because this is probably gonna be a little bit difficult to dock. But I think we're good with fuel and stuff. Yeah, we're definitely good with the fuel and stuff. But I'm not gonna put anything else on here. I don't think, at least. I would like to have one of these inflatable station things, because they are quite cool. They're also quite heavy, actually. 1.5 tons, that's not too heavy. That we could probably put this on here. It's so tiny. How many can even fit in here? Doesn't say. Doesn't say how many can fit in here either. I think this is the bigger part. Oh, and this doesn't have a way of this doesn't have a node on the top. It only has a node on the bottom. Okay. What about this? How many can be in here? Doesn't say. Don't like that. So I think we could have it on there. Yeah, we definitely could. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have it on there. It's gonna be bigger and bulkier and weirder than I initially thought, but why not? It's gonna look cool. Okay, let's build a fairing and launch this thing already. It's gonna be a funny looking fairing. That looks like I don't know what. I have an idea of what it looks like, but I'm not gonna tell you. Anyhow, I still think we have enough delta V. We have over 10,000, so it shouldn't be a problem to fly this thing off and also dock it. Should be fine. Thing now is though that we can't do too many orbits because we don't have that much electricity. So I'm gonna have to think about that. So we can't do what we did last time, do a whole bunch of orbits just to catch up to it. We're probably gonna have to let it catch up to us so we can just get into a lot higher orbits and yeah, let it catch up to us. We are not in the right position. Need to be about here. Where's our electricity? Okay, we're pretty fine. So let's put it as target as well. And a launch. I think I'm definitely gonna have to rebuild. Yeah, probably rebuild the whole launch stage. Once we're gonna fly up the transfer stage. So that's gonna have to be quite big. Because I'm gonna have to, of course, have like about 4,000 meters per second in it just to get to Mars. Then I'm also gonna have to slow down and Mars. And I would prefer to just have like one big stage and not have a bunch of tanks that fly off and have it staged like that. But I think maybe I'm gonna have to have some stages that flies off. But hopefully I can make those stages bigger. Ooh, I don't know if I have those like round ball-shaped fuel tanks. I haven't checked that. Those look kind of cool. But no, I don't think I have that. I think I only have the elongated cylindrical ones. I was gonna say circle ones, but balls are circles as well. Okay, this approach or this trajectory has gone upwards a whole lot more. Let's see how that pans out in the end now. I think we're gonna start losing time to apoapse. No, maybe not. Just stabilized. Time to apoapse kind of froze at 134, but now, okay, it dropped down to 133, so we are losing a little bit. That also means we are losing vertical speed, which I do not want to do. I'm gonna try and push us down a little bit. You don't just put us right here. 20 degrees. That's good. Oh damn, and our orbit is fucked. We need to fix this. Harrison, we need to go way more north. I thought we needed to go south, but yeah, we are in a totally different place. So this screwed me over a little bit. Hopefully we can still fix this. One thing that I've learned is that you want to try and fix the angle earlier rather than later in the orbit. Because it does cost less around here because we're moving slower, so the difference is going to be less. I think that's how it works at least. But yeah, that angle was way off. We are already like outside the atmosphere, so okay, this launch was not the best. Gotta be honest. It's not good at all. I think we're still gonna make it into orbit though, but it's not that good. Not that good. Okay, we got it down to about 1 degree, but now it's time to deploy our last stage. I think I just want to point prograde with this stage. And actually, hopefully, lose some time to apoapse this time. Let's see, where even is the station? Okay, it's way back here, so we need that to catch up to us. So, exactly what we wanted it to. We want the station to catch up to us. I still don't want to get my orbit here too high. I'm just gonna point totally horizontal. Yeah. And I guess if we start gaining too much height, I'm just gonna have to slow myself down and burn a bit slower. You can turn on the lights. Oh wait, no. Or I don't know. Does the lights actually drain power? Okay, time to apoapsis is starting to rise, so I'm gonna slow down the thrust a bit. I still never get tired of these songs. I don't know how. They've been swirling around my head for so long. I should be tired of them. But I'm just not. It's good songs. Good songs. Okay, I think I'll stop here. Time warp up to apoapsis a little bit. Set it to point prograde and burn from here instead. Probably burn a little bit faster from here. A little bit faster, not too fast though. Oh no, wait, now it's actually okay to burn faster. Because we have this 200 marker now. I want to get the other side higher. Oh shit. And I think we're not gonna have enough fuel to slow ourselves down once we are at our close approach over here. So we only have 200 meters per second left. Fuck! And our relative speed difference is 500. Okay. Could probably go back to launch and fix this. Because we just launched in a very weird way and lost a bunch of delta V that way. So yeah. Think we can just go back to launch. And try this another way. So we did have like 10,400 in delta V or something like that. Let's launch around here, I think. Let's go with that. A launch! Now I also know I need to point my orbit a little bit north and not south this time. Oh, we are flipping way too fast. That's better. Just to gain some speed first. Getting up on the booster separation. Now I'm gonna point prograde just to separate those boosters. Try and not get anything knocked off. We did that pretty well. Okay, I think I saved that. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Charge cool, man. And I am gonna want to go for a bit of a flatter trajectory, which I now am. Because that seems to have been going better for me. Let's not get too cocky with it. Just because it worked once doesn't mean it always gonna work. It is a different payload, it is a different day, it is nighttime and not daytime. I don't think we've launched in daytime yet though. It's always been nighttime. And separation time. Bye bye boosters. Have a good time. Bye bye. Now I'm just gonna stabilize us at this angle. Let's check our launch angle. Oh, that looks perfect. Still 1 degree off, but that is way better than the initial. What was it, like 9 degrees off? Fix this a little bit. It's not nearly as much that we need to fix them. We are right on our descending node now, so why not fix it right away? Point 2, point 1. He actually got it to 0. That is insane. Now let's try and keep it that way. Seems to be a bit hard. Gonna have to focus on a lot of other things. Like for instance our time to app-lapse is only 20 seconds. And we are still only 80 kilometers up. So let's increase that. We do have quite a lot of fuel left in this stage though. So we have time to fix that. No problemos. Let's see, I think we did launch a little bit earlier this time. I think the station is even further away than it was last time. But I still think we should put ourselves in a higher orbit to let it catch up to us. Ditching the fairing a bit earlier than I have previously. But I think it's fine. How's the angle? Oh shit. Now 0.5 degrees off. Which direction do I need to burn to fix that? Okay, we need to burn a little bit down here. What is an easy fix? Of course the angle doesn't have to be perfect, but now we have the possibility to make it almost perfect, so thinking why not? Can at least try. Okay, now it seems to be stable at least. So let's just burn like this. Let's keep it like that. Oh, we are still in the atmosphere. Totally forgot about that. I just thought, hey, let's time warp now up to apoapsis. But you need to be in space for that. Now we're in space, technically. Let's get up here. And circularize. And increase our orbit. Okay, I think we're gonna have to do this in more than one orbit. Seems like our battery is gonna hold for that long. But not much longer than this. Oh, we should have slowed down on that last one. Fuck. Let's make a quick save here and let's see if we can fix this still. Can we do anything up here? Because whenever we burn, we are gonna get some more battery as well. Can slow down a bit. Catch up to it there, but then we're gonna go inside the atmosphere. Don't want to do that. What if it just slowed down now? That should work as well. We're not at our periapsis, but it should still work. That gives us a possibility to recharge at least a little bit of our batteries. It is working. That one is a lot closer, so let's go with this one. Let's use the monopropellant to fix last part there. Difference is about 200 and we have 700, so we should be fine. Doesn't seem like we charged up our batteries at all there, but technically we did. Oh, we're gonna be at the last with our batteries when we're getting close here. Yeah, we have 200 left, so it's okay, but we couldn't have gone another orbit like this. Just would not have been possible. Out of all things, the thing that's off is our angle. Seemed like, at least. Let's get a bit closer and then let's try and fix this again. To get even closer. This thing doesn't move that quickly though. Last rocket felt like it was moving pretty good. This does not. Okay. Now we are pretty close. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hello, space station. How you doing? I think I want to dock this like backwards though. So I'm gonna have this part attached. Yeah, I'm gonna have this docking port attached to the station. Then this will be attached to the other end. Which is basically gonna be the fuel parts. That's all we have to do now. Get that fuel part involved. Decouple node. Switch to this. control from here. Already did that. Set as targets. Just gonna push myself out of the way there a little bit. Since we don't have that much electricity on this thing, I think we are best off actually docking this to that. Set as target, point at target. Did say control from here, right? I think I already did that, yeah. Let's fix the angle. All of this is going to be rotating, of course, but can still try and fix it. Put on those caps lock. See if we can get that rotation closer. Just tapping the keys, but even though I'm just tapping, it's still hard to get it to 0. That would be a great thing to like add into the docking alignment indicator, that you can lock the rotation just the same way as I'm locking myself like to point at the target, to also lock in the rotations of them. I know there is, in the latest updates, supposedly there is a new thing with the docking ports where you can actually rotate them after you have docked. But I am playing on, I think it's like 10.9 or something like that. And not the 12 point whatever that is at now. Okay, 0.4 off. That's not too bad. But now that we have docked that, we can extend the antenna. First of all though, let's get rid of this. Get you out of here. So I don't want this to be a part of this anymore. That's definitely crashing down somewhere. Okay, antenna open, solar panels open. And damn, this is starting to look like something, huh? Ah, and I just realized there's one more thing that I need on this. I need the lander. The thing that's gonna land. Totally forgot about that. But yeah. I need the lander. Now we can inflate this thing. I'm gonna move the camera back a bit. And now we can also inflate that ring. Oh, that looks beautiful. Take some time, but it's working. Let's see, where do we have crew? We don't have any crew in here. I think we have some in here, right? Yeah. I'm gonna transfer one of the dudes from over here. Transfer you into this. Then transfer, that's the transfer, yes. Oh, a second. Transfer Bill or Bob or someone. Let's transfer Bob back here as well. How many crew can I have in here? It doesn't say anywhere. But let's see what happens if I try and transfer another. Okay, we can have at least 3 in there. I'm gonna have 2 for now. And then we're gonna turn off the lights so we can turn on the lights everywhere. And start the rotation. Fuck yeah. Let's see, okay. Can't see anything here. Okay, here we can see something. I think it's the combination of mods that makes it so I can't see inside the other capsules. Yeah, I can just see in the stock KSP ones. But normally with this mod, you have an inside view of these as well. I don't know why that's not something you have here. Kind of sucks. But oh, could actually get some science here. I hadn't done the science around the tropics. Now you guys have something you can start working on. Start research. Just gonna take some random data here from some random things. Do those up. Just so we have something to do while we wait. Because like I said, I totally forgot that I also need a lander. I need something that can land on Mars and then get back up. And I have no idea how I'm gonna build that. But that's the plan. Let's make a quick save. Why not? Let's see, how big is the mass on this? It's 44 tons so far. So it's quite big, and now comes the parts that are gonna be, it's gonna be 2 parts that are gonna be quite big. And well, yeah, that is the landing part, or lander, and of course the transfer stage. I don't even know like where we are in our solar orbit, so I don't think we don't have like a specific time frame I need to account for. But I think this next part, which like I said is gonna be the lander, we might need another launch vehicle for it, but I'm still gonna try at least to use the same one. I think we're gonna take away everything this time except for the docking port. And this, does it have disable crossfed on that one? Gonna rename it Mars Mission Lander Can, and that was all in caps, but I'm gonna stick to it. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that we're gonna have multiple stages on this thing, because I don't need to bring everything back to the station. I only need to dock it back once, basically. Building everything in reverse is a fucking nightmare, like always. But I'm gonna need a docking port on the bottom and on the top, but only for the travel there. So I think the bottom part, this is gonna probably be something that I'm gonna throw away later on. But I'm thinking we start with a mid-section like that. And maybe have... yeah. And then we'll take 4 decouplers. Just want to see those match up. Yeah, just so I'm building it in the correct orientation. Of course, probably doesn't have to be, but makes me feel better. I also don't really know how much thrust to weight I need on Mars. So I'm thinking that this would be enough, but I'm not sure. Then I'm thinking we have 4 of these in the middle here. Auto strut all of this, of course. Or maybe we should have... Where are those? The other side-mounted engines, not these. Not the spiders. They probably look different, and not the thud engines, because they suck. There we have them. The cub. Gonna have the cubs on here. Cubs. And yes, this is what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna build up the middle stage here first, and then we're gonna make that the like main part. I'm probably not gonna need to have all of those experiments and stuff with me back up, but I think I want to bring them anyways. I want to have 2 Kerbals with me. This should not have staging engaged, because I'm not going to be using the staging. There we go. Now this is the root part. Then I'm going to take away all of these. Okay, this is going to look really weird. Maybe I could just use this instead. Probably better. Yeah, let's just take 1 Kerbal down. It's just gonna make everything at least look better. Maybe not work better, but look better. Let's have some monopropellant thrusters. We're gonna need those on the sides here, I think. Some tanks for that. Take some small ones. Put them down like here or something. I don't know. I don't think I've landed a Kerbal on Mars. So I'll probably need a ladder as well. Just realized that now. We have some reaction control in here. So I'm not going to put on a reaction control unit. I think we're just going to have a docking port up here. Gonna put some small solar panels on the sides of this. So we have something providing fuel. But we're not going to transmit a whole bunch of things either. So we don't need that much electricity. And we're going to have a pilot on board. So somebody's going to be able to steer this thing almost all the time. Or at least have some sort of command over it. Okay, so this... Oh, yes. Fuel lines. Fuel lines. Let's put some on here. From the outside in. Okay, so this gives us 4,422 in delta V. We're gonna need some of that for landing. We still haven't added on all the science equipment and stuff. Do not need 4 of those. We only need 1. So I'm gonna add on the science experiments first before we do anything else. Just so I know how much everything is gonna weigh and stuff. That cannot be strutted. Noted. That one and that one on that side, and then we can have this one and the thermometer on that side. I think that looks pretty good. And the Kerbal can probably walk out and pick all of these up. Hopefully. but maybe not, so it might actually be a good idea. Place one of these up here. But that is gonna look a bit weird. So I think what I'll do is that I'll drag that down. No. I have an even better idea. Let's not drag it down. Let's drag it up again. Let's rotate this thing. And have it lying on its side. Think that's kind of in the middle. And this is kind of in the middle as well now. It's not gonna be perfect, but I think it's good enough. There we go. Can we still reach that though? Can't right now. Let's drag that up. Just so we have a little sliver here so we can still reach that. Auto strut that. Oh, this looks real weird. Okay, I think I want to have a little bit more delta V than what we have in this right now. And I think I'm gonna add that on the middle stage actually. Because then I can just drag these down. And I'm also gonna take the engines. Okay, bros. Thank you for the raid. How nice of you. Just as I'm doing the boring parts of building the rockets. I'm not gonna be flying for a little bit, but soon we will be flying. I'm still trying to figure out how much fuel do I need to take off from Mars. Hey K-bros, how you doing? YW. Don't know what that means. But hi, how you doing? You good? Does this have fuel? This does have fuel. Could put 4 of these on and have some more fuel. 5,000 meters per second feels a bit more safe. Now I just need to build some sort of ladder that will go out here and then down, and then I also need a bunch of parachutes. I should probably place those parachutes on these as well. Let's place one there, and let's have some drogue chutes down here so we can get rid of that weight once I've landed. Oh, it means you're welcome. Okay. Thank you. I'm not too good at my English, but thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, good thing. I'm gonna remember that to next time, if I'm streaming, to check if you're streaming, so I can know if I need to be thinking about my timing of building my rockets. Oh no, now I placed 2 down. I only need 1. Let's build out this ladder. I'm probably gonna launch this and try out the ladder as well before sending it off to Mars. So it would be sad if it didn't work. Okay, that almost goes down to the ground. Fuck, I need better ladders. Don't I have any other ladders? There were some ladder in this DLC, but maybe I haven't unlocked that yet. Oh no, now I know what I'm gonna do. Place a second of these small ones here. And then we'll place a large one down here. Aha. And hopefully these all go together, so the Kerbal can just walk on all of them. Now let's retract, retract, and retract. And let's place all of them in an action group. Let's take 0 or 10 to toggle all the ladders, because I'm not using 0 for anything else. No worries, K-Bros. You just ended your stream, so I get it. I get you have things to do. But thank you for the raid anyways. And nice to hear from you. Okay. No unnecessary duplicates, it seems like. And nothing else unnecessary either. Feels like this starts to weight ratio is pretty good as well. I'm trying to think, how fast am I going when I have something in orbit around Mars? I could actually go and check that. But first, since we are already here, I'm gonna put someone in here. Valentina, you're gonna have to do this. Save that and then just launch. Just so we can get out to the launch pad and try this ladder out. Usually I never try these things out before just sending them out into space, because things normally just fixes themselves. But right now I don't think I wanna try or risk anything at all. Okay, let's extend the ladders first. Go on EVA. And okay, first ladder works, second ladder works, and third ladder works perfectly. We can go all the way down here. Now let's just see that it works when I go up as well. Because it's up that is the thing that I'm worried about. Oh, and we can actually board from that. Okay, good. Good. Everything works. We are getting closer to that launch of this part. Then I need one more part. But I think we are pretty much done with this now. I'm gonna take crossfed is disabled on that, and I'm gonna disable crossfed on that as well. That's just so the fuel can't go through here. I'm still thinking that I might want to have a little bit more fuel somewhere. I can't put it really on the outer stages right now, so I'll probably end up putting it on the inner stages. Gonna want to have some landing legs. These ones are probably too small, so let's take these ones. Oh, that's gonna be in the way of the ladder though. Maybe we don't need landing legs. Or no, we do. Of course we do. Could put them on these engines. Then we can probably go with the smallest ones. Just turn these the correct way. So they're actually pointing downwards. So we did have a little bit of space. And those are gonna be dampening down as well. Let's go with that. It's probably gonna be fine. Let's have them gold as well so they match the engines. I think that's it. I think that's all we need. And like I have previously said, I have no idea if this is gonna make it to orbit. But we're just gonna have to hope that it does. Let's build this. No, actually, let's just save this. Let's make sure to take you out and save this, because we don't... Oh yeah, we don't have any other way of docking this, or do we? No. Could probably just fly this up with this probe core, so I don't have to put a Kerbal in there, because don't have any other probe core on it. Let's leave and let's go to our thing. Probe. Satellite. Probably best word for it. That is orbiting Mars. Mars lander probe. That is landed. Oh yeah, that's first and only thing that I've managed to land on Mars successfully. Because whenever I land something on Juno, which is the Mars equivalent in normal Kerbal Space Program, I don't have to have anything else than just a drag from the atmosphere and then a whole bunch of parachutes and some landing legs, and it usually is fine. Okay, so I wanted to see how fast we were going when we are in orbit. We are now in an polar orbit, and let's see how much less would it be if we were circularized here. Okay, so it would be around 3,500. That's probably what our station is going to be moving at then, once I've gotten it into its orbit. So let's count from that. I'm going to go back and see how much. I think we had almost 5,000 in that lander, which I think then is going to be good. Or enough. Because we need to account, of course, for the atmosphere. It's going to drain a little bit. The landing itself is going to take actually quite a bit. Probably like at least 500 meters per second. Is what that's going to take. Mars mission lander can. Load that up. Okay, let's take this away again. So yeah, this almost has 5,000. If we burn off 900 for the landing, then I think we should be good. Should be good. It's gonna be close. We're not gonna have too much fuel to just mess around with, but I think we would be pretty okay. Maybe I should add on some small tanks inside here. Maybe we can have some nose cones on those as well, to give us a bit extra. Well, you know what? I'm gonna have nose cones on the bottom here, but let's take away the ones on top and let's add on some more parachutes instead on there. These are not, at least not for now. I'm not gonna be able to detach them, which would give me a little bit more delta V, but that would also mean more stages and things, and that would just complicate things. Let's see, let's move all the parachutes into one column up there. Those are gonna be firing at the same time. Then we decouple those. And thrust to weight, I think that's okay at least. Okay, let's fly this up to the station. And I guess the staging has gone a bit messed up. Seems like it. Just decouple those, decouple, then we open that. Fairing. No, then it's time for this stage, and that decoupler should go before that. Then we do all of that other stuff. And as I was saying, I think we need to expand this a little bit for this stage, because this is a little bit heavier than our previous ones. Yeah, top stage is 27 tons. But let's just try and increase this stage, top stage. Yeah, I think that's gonna be fine. Couple that, start that, yes. Those are not gonna be used at all. We are just gonna have to try, I guess. And see if it works. Save, no Kerbal on board. We don't need you. Otherwise you're gonna be stuck at that station, because I can only take back 3 Kerbals right now, from what I know. So I don't wanna have too many Kerbals on there. Of course I have a fixed amount that I need, but I don't need too many. Oh, and there's gonna be a lot of time warping now until we are ready to launch. Our battery is empty. Wonder how this is gonna go. Are we gonna have to cheat? Maybe. Is that really cheating though? No, I don't know. Depends on how you see it, because I just can't do anything now, and I was just time warping because I wanted to get here. Infinite electricity. Start the launch. That unlocks itself. Turn that off. So now we don't have infinite electricity anymore. And now we have full electricity. Wonderful. Start the flip. Seems to be moving about the same rate that it did before, so feels good right now. We are flipping a bit too fast now. Not good. I'll try and go upwards a little bit more with this stage. At least until we are over 20 kilometers. Now it's starting to look more like a stock KSP launch, which this is not. It is KSP, but it's not stock. It is definitely not stock. I have thought of that sometimes. Like, imagine if KSP was like RSS, Real Solar System, like this mod. If they hadn't scaled it down like they have in the original game. I do not think the game would have gotten the same attention that it has throughout the past years. I think its player base would have been a lot smaller, definitely. And I think a lot of the players that actually play Realism Overhaul and Real Solar System today wouldn't have gotten here, because it wouldn't have been as an intriguing thing to do. Wouldn't have seemed as fun. Maybe. Because I think Realism Overhaul is only fun once you kind of get the game, at least in some way. You need to have some knowledge before starting to play. Well, it's kind of like you need some knowledge about Kerbal Space Program before you start playing the base game. So start to play, if you were to start playing Realism Overhaul or just RSS straight away, that would just make the game boring. And it wouldn't be the same thing. You wouldn't have the same learning curve. You would have had to, well, not only watch like half an hour of Scott Manley videos and then jump into the game. You would have probably had to watch like 100 hours of a whole bunch of different creators' videos on the topic just to get somewhere, you know. Maybe we can ditch that fairing now. Still have all the fuel up in here. Did I auto-strut these? Oh yeah, I did. Didn't auto-strut those. To do that. Those have struts, yeah. I always forget to auto-strut my parachutes. That can be quite useful actually. Especially if you're trying to launch or land something and you want to time warp through the landing. Then the parachutes, if the craft itself that you're trying to land is too heavy, then parachutes can just flip the fuck out. And yeah, that has happened to me a bunch of times. Okay, I think maybe we would have had to expand this a whole lot more. Because if my calculations are correct, we are only gonna have a couple of like hundreds of meters per second left when we get this thing into orbit. If we get this thing into orbit. I'm starting to doubt even that. Well, if it doesn't work, I'll just go back and slap on some solid rocket boosters on that first stage, and then I think we'll be fine. Okay, yeah, we are gonna get into orbit, but we're not gonna have that much fuel left. So it might be a bit difficult to dock this thing. We're only gonna have like... So we need to burn a little bit now as well. Circularize. Then to fix the orbits and stuff to... Yeah, when we're gonna dock and shit. It's gonna be very close. But I think I wanna try anyways. Just to see if it works. So we might still be able to do it. Okay, that thing is behind me now, so I'm gonna let it catch up to me. Wait a second, now I'm not doing that. Then I need to be in a higher orbit. So let's get this up to 200. Our periapse height. Our periapse is already above that. And we do have solar panels on this stage as well, so now we can do as many orbits as we want, because yeah, we recharge the batteries. Oh, it's gonna take a lot of orbits, but we're getting there. Question is, what side is gonna be the closest once we get there? I think this side actually. Hopefully that side, because that's the light side. Looks nicer docking on the light side than on the dark side. See, how big is the separation now? Okay, the separation is still quite large. It's 83. Slow it down when we are here. Just a couple of meters per second. We can get it to 5.9. That's good. Let's wait for this to reorientate first. Let's actually take down the thrust limit on this quite a lot, because we're not gonna need that much thrust for just a 5 meters per second burn. Let's also see what's the difference. 68 meters per second in speed difference. So we should be able to do it. Let's time warp around to our maneuver. Okay, 6 kilometers off. That is good enough for now. I think I can eyeball the rest of that. Just have to remember to be careful, because I do not have a lot of margins. Okay, so we're gonna be pointing right about here somewhere. Maybe I should have taken the thrust up a little bit. Already 2 kilometers closer. Very good, very good. Yes, 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 yes. .5, I'm gonna stop there. Time warp ourselves a little bit closer. Keep on burning around here. Probably gonna be moving this so much and slowing down as I am trying to get our separation down. I'm gonna be docking in the dark anyways. Okay, less than 100 meters away now. I'm gonna take up the thrust just a little bit. Let's take it up to 4. We are 3.3 kilometers away. Okay, I'm gonna dock this first. Just felt that I needed to go and pee, but no, I'm not gonna leave this, go away, and then come back. That feels just a little bit too risky. Slow ourselves down. Why am I whispering? It's not a secret. I think my voice just died a little bit. But it's true, it's not a secret. Can all be honest here. We are slowing ourselves down. And for some reason I got 0.1 meters per second free there. But I'm not complaining. It's good, it's good. I also want to save as much of the monopropellant as possible in this craft. So I think what I'll do is that I will park it right here. Pretty much parked there. Decouple? No, let's not decouple just yet. Set that as target. Let's point ourselves at target. As that is doing that, can move over here. Control from that. Where is? There it is. Wait until that moves around enough, and we can set that as target and point this at target. Do not need to use the monopropellant though. We have reaction wheels. Those are closing up. Good, good, good. And now we are just gonna use our monopropellant. We are already moving towards it, so I'm gonna focus a little bit more on the rotation here. Try and get that in a little bit better first. It's good enough. Or we can speed up a bit. Try and get closer to this thing. 0.4. Feels weird docking something that is actually like moving. Because it is rotating. Feels like we should have stopped that rotation before docking, but don't think we need to. And we are docked. Perfect. No fuel has been drained from here. It doesn't look like it. No fuel has been drained from here, which is also good. Now we can decouple node. Good, good, good. Get back to DS. Point you retrograde. And I'm probably gonna need all of the fuel that I have left in this. Just using a little bit here to get a Little puff so I can start moving away from the station. Let's time warp a bit. So get away. Thrust up to 100. Okay, we didn't need that much to crash back into Earth. I always forget how little, how like a small of amount it actually is between being in orbit and just crashing on the other side of the planet. It's such a small amount that you need to change. Well, we should actually clean our experiments as well. Oh, we've gotten 23 science. Let's transmit that. What do we need now? I'm starting to think if there's anything else I need than the actual fuel stage to move all of this to move all of this to Mars. But no, I think it is time for that big stage. Although I am gonna go pee. So I'll leave you with this wonderful looking thing, and I'll be back in just a minute. And I'm back. Oh shit. I thought something was glowing green on the spacecraft. But no, that was just some islands, I guess. Okay. Now let's go back to the Space Center. And now it's time to build the transfer stage. And I'm not really sure how big it needs to be. I just know that it needs to be hella big. And the thrust weight is probably gonna be really bad. But I'm fine with that. I'm just a bit curious how I'm gonna get it up there. I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna start from scratch on this one actually. Just start up with the top thing that we're gonna have, which is of course one of these, to be able to control it somehow. Don't think I'm even gonna bother with a small reaction wheel. I'm gonna bother with a small battery though, and the docking ports that we of course need. And then I guess would be nice to have some sort of thing in between here. Some sort of adapter like that. And I can change that into only have liquid fuel, which is awesome. There's so many different colors. I'm gonna have that almost totally black. Now for the fuel tanks themselves. I'm thinking something like this. Or maybe we need to go even bigger. I think like something like that, and then a couple of these down here. How much would this have? 10,000 meters per second. Thruster weight isn't that bad, but I'll probably need like... We'll need like 4,000, maybe 4,500 to just get there, and then slow down. We probably need like 2,000-3,000. So we need about 8,000 with the whole weight. So we definitely need something bigger than this. We do have some bigger fuel tanks. Yeah, we do have that size as well. No, that just has color variants. Do we have another nose cone? Or adapter? It's not a nose cone, it's an adapter. That was the one that I have on, yes. That's just a nose cone. I don't think there's an adapter that has 6 variants available. Those variants were just for color, not for the fuel type. Okay, I don't think we have anything we can put in between there, but that doesn't really matter either. So we're not gonna have any like resistance. I think we can go with that. Then I'm thinking we place 4 of these on the outside. On these we're gonna have reaction wheels and battery power. And then we place engines down here. This has 1,500. I think we can go with this. I think this could work. I do really think this could work. Doesn't have to be too difficult. Gonna have some of these on as well. Of course, auto strut everything. But yeah, I don't think we need to make it more difficult than it already is. And of course we're gonna need a reserve up here with monopropellant. Or well, we're not gonna need it, but it would be nice to have. And now I'm thinking we should probably actually have 6 of these. Because it looks nice. Looks real nice. Maybe we don't need that many engines in the middle. Or maybe we do. I don't know. Let's have 4 engines in the middle instead of 5. And some monopropellant thrusters. Docking this thing is gonna be hard as it is. I think we do not need that much battery power. Maybe we do not need that much power to control this thing either. Maybe we can go with the small ones and some small batteries. That's still gonna be all around. That's 6 of these. They have 1,000 each, so that's still 6,000. Yeah, 6,000 electric charge. I think we're good. Put these two. Oh, I can put them on one end as well to extend. I just hope when I dock it that it's actually gonna be enough. It might seem silly because this is huge, but the station is also huge. The thing we need to move is huge. So I honestly have no idea if this is gonna work. Let's get in here. Let's take those off. But I guess the only way I'll ever know is if I actually try it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. And this rocket is gonna probably be the hardest part of building this. 'Cause this is gonna be one hell of a rocket. It's gonna have to be something totally special. Down here I think I want to have a big reaction wheel though. Let's take the biggest fairing we have. Put around this. Auto strut that. Is it this size? No, it's not. It's this size. Yes. Okay, so that has 1,500 on that Rhino stage. It's not a lot. That's not a lot. That is not nearly as much as I thought it would be, or hoped it would be. I probably thought it would be something like that, but I hoped that I was deceiving myself. Well, I'm trying to stop and like think this through. How could I do this better or bigger, stronger, faster, you know? But I think I can't. I think I'll just have to start building and hope for the best. So down here we're probably gonna need a bunch of engines. Yeah, one is clearly not enough. Okay, that is actually enough to get it going. Good. It's very good. So that means when we plonk on some of the sides here, I'm gonna make this asparagus staging. And I think I'm gonna yeah, okay, we're gonna go with 4 this time as well. But now I know that I have the possibility to build these a little bit bigger. Just like I did with the last rocket that I made. Which is very good. Question is, how much bigger? Need to fix all of this. All the engines fire first, and then we decouple those. If we plug those on there. Okay, that makes it too tall. Just for everything to fit in. No. No. Although... that I think works. I'll just run that as well. Still fit these up here? No, those are gonna be too tall. Even though this was the wrong adapter, still gonna be too tall. I'm gonna have to build in some sort of other way of separating these. And in my experience, the separation boosters, the separator 1, they're pretty good, but they're not the best. So I usually go with either some of these smaller ones. It has 11, this has, wow, this has more thrust actually than this one. Or I go with like this one, that has a lot of thrust. Is there nothing in between? Well, these I guess, but they're kind of long. They're kind of heavy as well. Oh, these are heavier though. But when I take out most of the fuel in them, which I am gonna do, of course, so I won't need it. Then how much do they weigh? I don't know. I'm not gonna care either, because I'm gonna use them, because they have worked before. So I'm gonna go with what I know works. You are gonna be with those. Time to put in the fuel lamps. I was thinking that maybe we could fit in 6 of these around here. If I place them like this. But I don't know, maybe they're too close to each other. No, I think that works actually. Yeah, I think that works. Oh, and I managed to place them so they're all pretty much aligned. Cool. Okay, that actually worked. Wow, I'm a bit surprised by that. That actually worked. Just gonna fix the staging. Okay, so we are gonna wanna, I think these are, yeah, those are the last ones we want to decouple. So we want to decouple, yeah. Oh, upset. Those first and then those. So I want to drag the fuel lines from here to here and there to there. Now let's see, that is the first ones. There is those, and those go with that. Now that is all done. Now we can do the rest of this. Just dragging the fuel lines correctly. Oh, that did not go correctly. No. See now? Okay, now it doesn't flip out on the other side, so I'm assuming it went to the other side. No, that is not correct. Okay, now it seems to have worked. Hope so. Okay, so all of these stages combined, these lower ones, even with the kind of well thought out asparagus staging of 6 gigantic boosters, we are still about 2,500 meters per second shorts, which is not good. It's not what we want. Don't want that. I mean, I could probably do something different, but I think I'm just gonna continue with what I have done before, which is that I'm just gonna duplicate the stage. I'm just gonna duplicate all the stages, basically. Gonna take this, put it there. This is gonna be gigantic and it's gonna look quite funny, I think. It's gonna be quite weird. All the engines seem to be kind of in line as well, which is surprise, but pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, now let's go down here and see. The fuel lines seem to have stuck there at least. These seem to not have stuck though. So I want to have all of these asparagus staged as well. So otherwise the fuel might not flow like it should. No, wait a second. This one shouldn't be here, I don't think. So just need 2. Okay. So these need to decouple first. That's not the correct ones. These are the ones. They need to decouple first. Yes. Then we need to decouple these ones. Where are these ones? I think I saw them. There they are. And there they are. Then we need to decouple these. Which are these and these. And then those, apparently, and then those, and then those. Okay. So the stage outside is gonna decouple a little bit weirder, or just in another way, basically, than the inner ones. You know what? We do actually have quite a lot of delta V in it, so I think we could get away with like just adding a fuel tank like that, and then putting some sort of nose cone thing on them. And doing that all around. I think we can get away with that actually. And still have enough thrust. Okay, these need to be down a little bit. probably place these evenly. I'm gonna try and match them up with the top there, so I can just have some sort of way I'm getting it even. Okay, I think this is what you call a big rocket. It now has 9,128 meters per second of delta V, which is still not quite enough. Would like to have a little bit more, but I don't feel like I should put any more rockets on this. Okay, those decouple first. Yes, that is correct. I think all the staging is correct now, just that I'm wanting to check it over and over, because it feels like it shouldn't be correct. I think maybe we should just increase the amount of fuel on the last stage. And I think we can do that in a bit of a sneaky way. Once again, just adding stuff on the outside instead of adding stuff on the inside. So liquid fuel and oxidizer. Noise. There we go. Okay, now that has 200 meters per second more. Yay. I don't have any idea if any of this is gonna work or if it's gonna get into orbit as I wanted to, but I really want to try it out right now. So yeah, we're gonna go to launch. I just need to name this Mars mission Giant Panda. No, but what should we name it? Trans stage. So transfer stage. And now let's wait, because I think it's gonna take at least a little while for this to load in. I just realized I did only name this stream Mars Station Assembly in Orbit. I didn't say I was gonna go to Mars, but if this thing works, then we could probably go to Mars today. Because I mean, I have time. So, why not? And it has loaded in. Everything seems to be in the right orientation. And oh, we are actually quite close. We only need to time warp a little bit until we are ready to launch. Set as target. Nothing exploded when we stopped time warping. That is a very good sign. A very, very good sign. Okay, and I guess it's time to press that launch button. Oh, damn, it's moving. Fuck, I thought this was gonna be way slower than this. This has some... This is pretty good. It has to wait. Doesn't look like it, but it does. Damn. And I seriously thought this first stage would drop off way quicker. Is that the first stage? No? Okay, it was just a glitch in the sound, I guess. The first stage is not done yet. First stage. Oh yes, it's just 2 of them. I forgot that. I was looking for all of them to burn out. But no, it's just 2 at a time. Oh my god, we have so many stages. Now, if this works, these should still be full. Yes, and they are. Okay, so it seems like all the fuel funneling that we have been doing, it actually works. Oh my god. I can't believe this works as well as it actually is. Because it shouldn't be. The question is still if it's gonna make it to orbit. It could, but it shouldn't, because it's insane. And I gotta say, it's not at all as laggy as I thought it would be. I thought we would drop way more frames flying this thing. Those look kind of cool though when they separate, when you see like, oh, they're not matching up with everything else. I think that looks pretty neat. Oh, something changed with the sound again. I've noticed that happening sometimes when like engines clunk into each other when they're too tight, but the sound kind of gets distorted in a certain way. I'm gonna put it right here, 45-degree marker. Just let it be there for a second. Just making sure that we're actually draining the fuel from the side boost or the side tanks that I put on in the end there. But you know what this means? Since it did actually have really good thrust to weight there in the beginning, this means that we could technically put more tanks on this. If this doesn't make it into orbit, we could switch out those outer tanks for even bigger tanks or taller tanks. Just increase the length of them and not have to put a whole bunch of new things on here. Yeah, we need to go more north. But it's almost time for stage separation. Ah, no. Something blew up. Aw, that sucks. Sad that it blew up, but I'm glad that I got to see it. Damn, that's a lot of parts. I mean, these engine clusters just look amazing. Decouple, stage. Let's go. Let's get into space. No, let's land. I don't know. I am pretty sure that we could not get this thing into space with this stage, even though we have more than 10,000 meters per second of delta V. We just couldn't, because we don't have the thrust to weight. We're 0.36. This wouldn't make it. I'm not gonna try. Question is vehicle assembly or launch? Should we just try and launch it again? No, I think I need to go back to the vehicle assembly because I think I know what made it explode on that stage. I think it was the separation booster blowing up one of the tanks that I put on the outside of the upper stage. I think that's what happened. Maybe. I'm gonna see where they're at. No, they're down there. Okay. Still, it might have been something else then, but it might have been that these blew up the engine here. Because I've noticed that engines are more susceptible to blowing up. So I think what I'll do is that I'll just drag these way down. So they're like down here. I'll have to do that with all of them. Probably not gonna be even, but I don't think that's gonna be a big problem. And I do think this will solve our problem here. And like we saw, we could actually have more fuel in the outer stages here. So let's place in some more tanks. Let's just find some, put them in. Let's do that. So actually, let's just take these off. We can duplicate these and put in here. Oh, did I did not auto-strut those. I have to do that on them. Now we're good. Now we are good. Okay, save and launch. Whew. Just forgot how long it actually takes to load this thing in. I didn't check actually how heavy this is. Vessel. So I think that means that this is about 8.5 kilotons in weight, which is 8,000 tons, 8,500 tons, which is quite a lot, quite a lot. I gotta take a picture of this. Caption. Ready to launch. To... I don't know, I'm trying to think of a place that's far away. Can't come up with anything right now. Ready for launch on Jupiter. Oh, almost time for first stage. Oh shit. Had the aerodynamic overlay on. Stage. Bye bye boosters. Probably cooler to look down on it like this. So you can see when the boosters separate. Oh, it kind of looks like an X-Wing now. If you look at it like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm still surprised of how good the thrust to weight is on this. So I've been building a lot of rockets, and thrust to weight has been a problem for such a long time. And even when I played in Sandbox, I was playing around with this. Even then, it felt like the Mastodon had lost a lot of its glory, and that I was just not as powerful anymore. I think it is. I've just been using it wrong. And I think my love for solid rocket boosters has just not been that good for me. Probably should have focused more on other boosters, like the liquid fuel ones. I think when I have around 10 seconds left to burn, I need to start pointing over it again. Let's do that. Just for the separation. I want to put it down here manually first and then put it in pointing prograde. So I want to just put it point prograde. Just because I have so many engines with, oh, I think the fuel, no, okay, it worked. Everything worked like it should have. It was just a bit crazy. I think maybe we can just point prograde now, actually. Okay. Here it comes. Moment of truth. Will this separation work? Yes, it did! Nice. Nice. Oh! I need to point more north and a little bit more up for a bit again. Once again, I'm looking down here to see when I have 10 seconds left. That's when I'm gonna start pointing prograde again, just for the separation's sake. Okay, we are at 18 seconds now. 15. And damn, we are starting to move. Oh shit. Past 10. Saw it up 8. Just thinking about how well everything is going. How very much surprisingly well everything is going. Well, losing time to lap laps kind of quickly now. And yes, we still need to point up and a little bit north. Let's put ourselves around here. In this stage we have a pretty long time to burn. Let's just see so the fuel lines work, and yes they do. Maybe I should have made this inner stage like as tall as these and not have this be smaller. Because I think my thrust to weight would still be good. Okay, our angle is way better now. I think we were like 3 degrees off before. Oh, and we are closing in. We need to start thinking about pointing prograde once again with this separation of Le Boostas. Separation. Last side boosters. Damn, that was a lot of side boosters. But it worked. It worked. Everything is fine. Can open up ferry. We don't need no more. We up in space. Almost. And damn, I feel now like this is actually gonna work. We're actually gonna get this into orbit. And not only that, we might actually have a little bit of fuel left. As if we get this up to 6, then we will have I think, as it looks right now, I think we're gonna have about 500 meters per second left in this stage once we have gotten into orbit. I think that at least. That's what I hope for. Might be so well off that we actually have a little bit more. But we'll have to see. Not gonna take out my win before I do anything. You know what I just realized? Since I have Kerbal Engineer, I could have just checked like how much my station actually weighs. And then I could have just put that on top and see how much I would have had. Because I still don't know if I have enough fuel. Believe it or not, I don't. I don't know if this is enough fuel to get me all the way where I want to be. I know I have enough monopropellant though. Let's burn those monopropellant thrusters. Because we have a lot of monopropellant. This feels so silly. Burning those monopropellant thrusters. I mean, it does make a difference. It is helping us. But not a lot. Not a lot. I wonder how much it's actually helping us. I wonder if we can see that on our thrust to weight or something, or... No, I don't think so. RCS Delta V. Oh, I can see that there. We have 22 meters per second. And it's gonna take 19 minutes and 7 seconds to burn off all of that. So that's what we have. Oh, now we have 23. It's actually increasing Probably not because we are burning it off, probably because we're burning off the other fuels. We are gaining time to apocalypse now, so now we can actually tip ourselves down a little bit. But yeah, we are the RCS Delta V. I didn't know about this. This is cool. Good thing to know. But yeah, it is, like I said, it's actually increasing even though I'm burning it constantly. Probably just because this is burning off fuel and weight faster. I'm just gonna point prog right now. And burn the RCS! But seriously though, look at those plumes that we get from the RCS. That looks amazing. Looks so good. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. "25 seconds away from apoapsis." I think we timed this pretty well. I think it was pretty spot on with the amount of fuel we're gonna have left as well. I think we need about 100 meters per second more to get into orbit. Or 200 more. Okay, maybe I was a little bit off. I thought we would have 500. Although that was my, like, happy estimate, or whatever you'd call it. My optimistic. It's probably a better word than happy estimate. That sounds just weird. Okay, we still have 421 though. Which is, I mean, not too bad. Pretty okay. Although we have that problem now that we don't have anything that is producing electricity. Although we have quite a lot of it on board. If we turn off both of those. Let's see, where is the station? Oh, the station is all the way on the other side of the planet. That is not good. Okay, we can still go up to apoapsis. We can actually use our RCS to move around. Because like I've said before, we don't need all of that. And if we can't get all the way there with this stage, we could use the next stage. Wouldn't be the end of the world. Let's increase our orbits by like 100 kilometers. Feels like that's not too much or too little. Here we can point normal. Waste more electricity. At this point I feel like I don't really care about the electricity. I can cheat that in. Just want to get this to dock right now. But if we can do it without cheats, of course, that is still the goal. So yeah, I still want to keep like 300 in here, so we're not going to change that anymore. Can do it with the RCS. Yeah, okay, that's not doing anything. I don't think. Okay, so this is probably... Yeah, we're definitely gonna run out of electricity before we get anywhere near. the space station. You can see it yourself. It's on the other side. It's gonna take a lot to get to it. Charged up a little bit. Still gonna take a while to get there though. Yeah, it's moving. It's not moving quick enough for our electricity. So yes, I know cheating is bad. It's not what you should do. But it's just electricity. It's not like I'm putting on infinite propellant. That would be different. I've never done that before. Oh well. Not in a serious playthrough, at least. I have done it. Gonna be honest with you. I have done it. I have used it to mess around. Or to like not trap someone. To not have to fly out and rescue someone. Now let's see, what can we do? The drunken sailor. Oh yes, 1 meter per second change. Maybe we can do that with the monopropellant. Probably not. No, we actually could. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? Could probably just watch this. We know it's about 4.4 kilometers in separation. That's how close we could get. And let's stop it there. Let's get here. Set this at targets. Spot on. Perfectamundo, yes. Oh. I think we are gonna fly this to Mars next time though. Because I just realized I have been playing for 3.5 hours. And that whole trip to Mars, there's gonna be some long burns. And it's gonna take a while. Oh, got into phase 6 range. Everything lagged out. Start slowing ourselves down. sometimes I think about like how fast are they actually going once like once someone is going like when the Dragon capsule, for instance, is going to dock with the International Space Station. How close are they when they go into a parking orbit, and how fast or how slow are they actually moving towards the station? How long time does that take? Because I know it's like under a day that they get from the launch pad to up there. They do that in a couple of hours. They're quite efficient about that. I think I'll do like this, park myself like that. Then actually decouple that bottom stage. Just start up those engines so I have those started. Then point this retrograde according to the orbit. And damn, without that thing we have 1500 meters per second at this stage. Oh my god. That was heavy. That was some heavy ass shit. Gotta move that out of the way. Control from here. Set as targets. Point at targets. Not gonna use the monopropellant on here though for doing that. That is gonna point itself in. We are gonna start controlling from here. If we're not doing that already, move ourselves around. And I can't really reach that yet, but we are kind of pointing at the same thing. I'm just fixing my trajectory a little bit here. And moving us up a bit quicker. Because we were quite far away when I started this. And there's no shame in time warping. Still can't really get to the docking port itself. For some reason it just won't let me. Oh, there, I had it for a second. Ah, had it. Come on. Just let me right click the actual docking port. Set as target, okay. I haven't checked my rotation or anything, but that kinda seemed to work. Now let's put all these engines in one and move them down here so we can see. Okay, we have 6,496 meters per second of delta V in this. Now is that gonna be enough? I'm not sure is the answer. I am not sure at all. Feels like it should be. Feels like it might be. So yeah, I'm think I'm gonna leave it there for now. I'm gonna transmit those 15 science that we have gained. And next time we're gonna try and get this to Mars. I know at least 2,000 or 3,000 of the fuel is gonna be spent just, you know, getting this thing 3,000 or about 3,800, I think it is. That's what it's gonna cost for me to get to Juno, get an intersect with Juno. And then we are gonna need more to slow down. I don't know how much, but as long as I can get captured, I'm happy. The problem is that if we can't get captured, then we're just fucked. And actually, now that I look at it, this bottom stage isn't that big compared to the rest of the station. Now I feel like it was dumb adding this thing on. It weighs like literally a ton, because I'm not gonna use that. It doesn't add in that much to it. But I think the station looks pretty cool nonetheless. It's very long and slender, which these things tend to become, because it's a lot easier to, you know, counteract the weight and yeah, stuff like that. When you just stack things on top of each other and you know that you're gonna boost it from the bottom, you're still gonna have all the weight in line. Instead of, for an example, I could place this up here and then place like this on the other side. Those might be about the same weight. The whole thing would have been a lot shorter and a bit bulkier with these things sticking out of the sides. So we could have done something with that. But yeah, I don't know. Now I'm thinking that maybe I should just send up like a fuel stage. Like just one tank that can get me going a bit of the way. With like, I don't know, like 1,000 or maybe 2,000 meters per second worth of delta V that I can just dock. Because I could just dock that up here. Then just like freeze the tanks. Because you can't freeze the tanks by just clicking like that. Now nothing can be drained from here. Then open up these docking ports to be able to cross feed fuel. Then I'll have to do that on all of these. Yeah, that would be boring. Or maybe just put it down here and let it drain from that top one and then fuel it downwards all the time. And then dump that into Earth once I'm done with it. Would be some docking involved in that and stuff. But I think I could do that. Anyhow, I'm not gonna be dragging this on for too long. I'm gonna make a quick save. For once, I should say. Because I am so bad at making quick saves still. Anyhow, this has been real fun. Building this this station slash exploration vehicle slash I don't know what. It's something. It's definitely something, and I think it's gonna be real fun once we actually can fly it out there. Oh, got some debris over here. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Next time we're gonna be flying that thing to Mars, so come back for that, and have a good one. Bye bye.